Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about how to configure and set up the warehouse dimension link. So first, we'll hop right in. We'll want to go to General Ledger, Chart of Accounts, Dimensions, then Financial Dimensions. We'll want to create a new one. We want to select Warehouse, warehouses from the available options, accept the defaults, hit Save. We'll have to place the environment in maintenance mode to activate it, but we'll deal with that later. After you've hit save, go ahead and click yes on copy values. That will copy values from newly created warehouses onto the financial dimensions for that warehouse. For instance, if you make warehouse 22, it'll default the financial dimension for that warehouse to warehouse 22. So next, I want to go ahead and activate. We want to select yes on batch, and that'll get it started. Next, we'll want to add our warehouse dimension to our account structures. We'll have two account structures we'll be working with today. Those are balance sheet and profit and loss. To do this, go to General Ledger, Chart of Accounts, Structures, Configure Account Structures, click Edit, add a segment, select the segment from the drop-down, and click Add. You'll want to pay attention to the order, so in this instance we have business unit, department, then warehouse. And also note that we are not allowing blank values for our warehouse dimension. If everything looks good, we can go ahead and activate this. We do this by clicking on the Activate button, ensuring that the batch processing value is set to yes, and then click Activate. While we're waiting for that to activate, we'll go on to our P&L structure. Again, same process. Open it, click Edit, add a segment, select the warehouse value from the drop-down. Next, we'll want to move this so that it more or less matches our order from our balance sheet. So once we've got it on here, we'll use segment actions to move it, and again we'll have business unit, department, and warehouse, and then same process to activate it. Now that we have activated our account structures, we can review them just to make sure everything looks good, and then after that we'll go and configure the warehouse dimension link. To do this, you go to Inventory Management, Setup, Posting, Warehouse Dimension Link. You'll want to click Edit, select your warehouse dimension that you want to use from the drop-down list. In our case, it is literally called Warehouse. Once we've done that, we'll go ahead and click Save, and so new options will become available. We'll want to click the Update Warehouses Financial Dimensions button. This will take the value of the warehouse and post it, or update the warehouse with that as the financial dimension. So what this means is when we take a look at our warehouses, when we review the financial dimensions for them, we'll have a financial dimension that matches the warehouse code. So in this instance, we have warehouse 11 with a financial dimension of warehouse 11. Next, we'll want to activate the dimension link. So from the dimension link screen, click Activate, set batch processing to yes, and click OK. Now that we have everything set up, we're going to add a warehouse default to a customer. So we'll pick one at random, go ahead and click Edit, and take a look at the site and warehouse options under sales order defaults. You'll notice that this has none, but also we have our warehouse financial dimension, which is now currently blank. So I'll go ahead and type in 13 here. Standard logic plus customizations will execute. You'll see this customer will default to Site 1, Warehouse 13, with financial dimension of warehouse also equal to 13. Now that we have our customer set up to take advantage of the warehouse dimension link, we can close out of customers, and we're going to go ahead and process a sales order. So we'll create a new sales order, select our customer that we were just working with. We will not be making any changes on this screen. We're going to just allow defaulting to take care of everything based on how the customer is currently configured. Click OK. And then we're going to go ahead and add a line item. So far, we've not done really anything out of the ordinary. This is all just out of the box processes and features, with the exception of the warehouse dimension link. When we take a look at the line details for this sales order line, we'll notice two things. First, the inventory dimensions have defaulted from the customer with a site of 1 and warehouse of 13. But also, when we look at the financial dimensions, we'll see that we have a warehouse financial dimension equaling our inventory dimension of 13. Next, we're going to confirm our sales order. Again, this is just an out-of-the-box process to proceed to the next step so we can get a financial voucher to review. I want to go ahead and select posting of yes, just to make sure we're going to actually confirm this. So now that our sales order is confirmed, we can go ahead and post a packing slip. So we'll want to change the quantity to all just for the sake of this being a demo, and then take defaults for everything else. Now that we have a packing slip, we can review the vouchers for that packing slip. The packing slip screen here hasn't been changed. It's just your typical packing slip screen, but when we look at vouchers, we'll notice that we have the warehouse financial dimension on our two voucher lines. And it came from, it was applied to both our profit and loss and our balance sheet account structures. So there we are. We took an inventory warehouse and carried it through to a financial dimension of name warehouse using the values from inventory to feed financial. If you're interested in this modification, check out the description of this video. You'll find the link to GitHub where you can get the code or a model for this. Thanks.